urban preparedness. Today's cities are not like they used to be. You know what it's like these days? Anything could happen. You know, take it from me, there's a lot of dodgy people about.
I don't like a lot of people.
You don't want to spend all your time in the toilet. You've got to be switched on. So there's some madman with an axe or a gun. People everywhere. And the cleaners nicked my wallet. We have a little bit of chat about this bag from Roaring Fire and what I put in it when I'm out and about in a city environment. Yeah, so welcome back to the channel. Thanks for taking the time out to check the channel out and click on the video. I've just come back from a weekend in Paris, France. Ooh la la! Obviously one of the major cities in the world, isn't it? And with that, I took this bag from Roaring Fire. I was kindly given this bag sometime last year, just to try out this together with a few other items from Roaring Fire. And I used it on a family holiday to Spain back in the summer. And I've used it for a few little trips. And latest trip, I say to Paris, I took this with me. I did have all my gear in it, all my clothes or whatever. We had a suitcase as well, obviously. You know, I don't travel that light. But this was also my little carry-on on the aeroplane. And I used this, obviously, walking around the city, carrying a few bits and bobs. So what we're going to do today, as I mentioned before, we're going to have a bit of a review of the bag. Let's say it's been on a few trips now. And I'm going to show you what I pack for this particular trip. Just bear in mind, it was an international trip, so I couldn't pack everything I wanted to pack. There was limitations that we can take on the plane, isn't it? But I'll just give you a brief overall of what I tend to pack if I'm going to that sort of environment. If I'm out to a large town, large city, all day, you know, whatever activity you're doing, these are the essentials I usually take. So that being said, we'll have a brief rundown of the bag before looking inside. Also, I have got this shoulder bag from Roaring Fire. I haven't used it yet, the tag's still on it. I've had a really good look at it, and yeah, the quality of this stuff is really good, but I'm yet to use it. But what I'm going to do, save getting it used and abused, I'm going to give this away as a part of a prize. So stay tuned for that. Give a bit of a description later on. I can hang that back up. There we go. So yeah, Roaring Fire. For those in the UK, I'm not sure if you can get this stuff in the UK. You probably can if you obviously import it from America, but it's an American brand.
It's American made, and it's pretty good.
Might have seen my previous video on my EDC pouch. Again, Roaring Fire pouch. All the bits and bobs in here. The video should be there if you want to see it. Yeah, really impressed with that. Obviously, I couldn't take this with me on this trip. Being on the plane, I think I couldn't get away carrying all this sort of stuff on there. And then also another item they sent me from Roaring Fire was this tool roll, which you might see in the video there. This goes in my car kit. It goes in the bag. I got all my essential stuff in the car. There we go, there's all the bits in there. So yeah, check their videos out. This is a wax canvas bag, just like this one. And yeah, all I can say is these things are built to last. But this bag, this is a Dagen wax canvas bag. Now before you say anything, it's only a small bag, right? It's about 18 litre probably. I did look on the website, I couldn't quite see the literage on it, but it's about 18 litre I reckon. But for a carry-on for the plane, yeah, it's ideal. You know, for a small backpack, if you're going, like say, around the cities and that, it's ideal for that. Now if you're thinking, oh, I'm going shopping and I'm going to buy loads of stuff, you might want a bigger bag, you know, it all depends on what you're doing. But if I'm just carrying my essentials, this is big enough.
That's what she said.
Someone might say, oh, it's not very tactical, you know, being from the bug out, you should have a tactical bag. Well, you don't always want to look tactical, do you? You don't always want to stand out as someone who's a bit tactical or in the military or whatever it is. So this is, yes, a civilian bag, but it's got all the details you'll find on a tactical bag. You've got all the MOLLE straps. You've got extremely good padding on the shoulder straps, on the back panel. You've got high-end quality buckles and a zips, a YKK zips. So yeah, it's not a military bag, but you've got the same quality fittings and build as a military bag. Now, as I said, this is a wax canvas bag, but they do other bags as well, different types. So if you don't like the wax canvas, there's other ones to choose from. And I'll put all the links below, and now you can get yourself some Roaring Fire gear. So outside of the bag, as mentioned, superior quality build, white KK zips, and this particular bag has metal brass zips, so extremely hard wearing. All the zips have got pull cord on them, so easy to use. Grab handle, extremely well stitched on, padding on the handle, and a grab handle not just on the top but on the side as well. These handles on the side, they are connected via a popper. I have used this before. You know, take my jumper off on my coat, I get a bit hot. I just simply roll my coat up, and I've used this buckle on the handles to attach my my coat. So apart from the grab handles, what else we got on the outside? Well, we got a pouch here for water bottle, so I'll just put that in there. Sorry if the light's a bit bright, it might be shining off my glasses a bit, but you have to deal with it. So yeah, water bottle can go in there. Then you got, say, some molly on the side. I just put a bit of carabiner on there. You got molly on the front. The shoulder straps really nice and padded, nice and wide. Got a few attachment points on there. Got a sternum strap. Like I said, very good quality buckles on it. You've also got buckles on the adjustment straps, so you can have a quick release, and they tuck away really nice and tidy in here, just like so. And the back support, again, you've got really nice padding on there. Yeah, so really comfortable bag. And on the bottom of the bag, you've got this reinforced canvas panel, so it's extremely durable and tough. On the zips, the main zips, you have got this fold, which obviously folds away and protects the zips as well, so an extra bit of waterproofing. So what else have we got? So we got a pocket at the bottom, we got a pocket at the top, and we got the main compartment. You've also got a pocket in this back as well. But I say it's got all this molly system on this, so if you want to attach pouches and whatnot to it, you can do. It's not something I like to do myself. I always say if you're sticking pouches to the exterior of your bag's probably a bit small. You're better off having all the stuff inside your bag. There's less chance of stuff, you know, falling off or breaking or getting snagged on stuff. You got this Velcro panel as well for your patches. Unfortunately, I haven't got a brown bug out patch, so it doesn't really match. This one is luminous, so that'll light up in the dark. So that's the outside look of the bag. We'll take a look inside now, and what I'll do, I'll kill two birds with one stone, and we'll show you the contents as we look inside the bag. You know, say we're doing it twice, isn't it? What have we got in? What have I put on it for this particular trip to Paris? And say I was going to any other trips to a city. Well, first thing, I've got just a couple of carabiners on the outside. Why? Well, why not, isn't it? I just stick a carabiner on there. I've got a carabiner on there as well, Espina. So if I do want to hang something on there, I don't want to put it in the bag and maybe wet or something, I can do. I got a little carabiner on there, little Espina. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. And what that allows me to do, I just connect the two zips together with the carabiner, just like that. So if I am walking in the city and, you know, there's hundreds of people about and we're all crammed in or something, that stops anybody opening the one zip, because both zips are locked together. They're going to find it hard to like try and fiddle with that carabiner without me noticing. Right, so have a look inside. So first thing, this front pouch, open up the zip. A couple of snacks. So I got chocolate bar, dark chocolate. I'm off the milk chocolate now. Saying that, I did have a few nice puddings when I was in Paris.
Fat bastard.
Some peanuts, half opened. Obviously had a few of them ones on the plane.
Fat bastard.
Some wipes and a map. That's also the details of the hotel. Obviously if I get lost, I'll just give the card out. So yeah, map of the city. So wherever you're going, always good to have a map. So what I'll do, when I'm obviously going through the bag, showing what I go inside and the different features, I'll point out the good things and the bad things as well. So say going over it again at the end, we'll do it as we're going through. In there also is another zip pocket, a little bit of cash, a little bit of the local currency. Now that cash goes in there because it's not that easy accessible, which is good. So say you was in a subway or a really busy area and someone managed to open that zip, it's quite hard to get your hand in there and open up the other zip to get the money out without you noticing on your back. So that's quite a good feature. There are 2 other little pockets in there for putting stuff. I found these not needed and they get in the way. There might be some uses in here, but they're that small, I don't see any use of them. You're better off just having that one big pouch, which is here, and this zip compartment in the back. So there, that's that zip pocket, which I say is not that easily accessible. So that's why I put a bit of cash in there. So why do I keep that stuff in there? So the cash, pretty self-explanatory in it. If you perhaps lose your card, you might even get robbed somewhere, you know, depending on where you are in the world, isn't it? And it might take your wallet. So you've got that bit of a backup. The map, again, self-explanatory in it. You might lose your phone, might have your phone stolen, and you need a map to find your location and obviously get yourself to where you want to go. Wipes, hygiene, snacks. Let's say it might be an instant and you might be stuck somewhere, you might be stuck on a train or a bus, tube station, underground. You might be just stuck in a shopping precinct. You might be stuck on the street somewhere. It might be a riot. It might be any sort of instant. Wherever you are, at least then you've got something you can snack on to keep you going. So that's that pouch, this top pouch. So in here I got my electronic stuff. It's not totally full, you know, I got plenty of room here to put other stuff. But what have I got? I got my AirPods, not essential, but because I was going on the plane, I needed to watch something on the phone, so I listened to it on the AirPods. Power bank, pretty essential item these days, isn't it? You know, if you are traveling away somewhere for, you know, a day, a couple of days, wherever it is, you know, if you want to keep your devices charged up, a good power bank. Charger leads, so I got leads here for my phone, torch, and my AirPods. Some wipes for my glasses, lens wipes, cleaning wipes. If you are someone who wears glasses, you know, you need these wipes to keep your glasses clean, but also your devices. You'll clean your, you know, your camera, your phone, anything like that. So that's all that in there. And you can see I haven't overpacked it, you know, so you don't want to pack everything full, because you, like, if you are out and about, you might pick up something you need and you need room to put it in. So that goes in there. So when you're traveling, especially abroad, you've got your documents and your passports, all your insurance details, perhaps all that sort of stuff. So you need it somewhere safe to put that. So this bag has got a really neat zip compartment, which sits on the back plate there, on the back part. So when you're wearing it, it's concealed, isn't it? No one can see the zip. No one can get in there, not without, you know, tickling your ribs. So it's a really good compartment, I think, for sticking your important documents. And that's it there. Again, it's all extremely well padded. It's like fleece lined as well. So a lot of this bag is really fleece lined. So you're looking after your kit when you're stowing it away. So in here, I've got my, well, what is that? Hotel details. And really tucked down the bottom. So you can, it's a huge pocket. It goes like the full length of the back. You can put loads of stuff in here. But I just tucked away a bit more cash. Passports, insurance cards are in there. That pocket, I like that one a lot. I've always used that one to put my passports in when we're travelling. And like I say, it's a really large compartment. You can stick loads of stuff in here, within reason, obviously, because you've got to wear the bloody bag, haven't you? So what do we open up the main compartment now? Now, as you can see, the bag opens right out. So the lid, or the front of it, I've got to say first, the bag is extremely well padded, because obviously it's designed to carry things like laptops and all that sort of stuff. So there's padding everywhere. So all your stuff is really well protected. Anyway, on this one, on the front, on this panel, you've got some elasticated loops. So on here, I've got my head torch, or torch. This is Olight Seeker 4. I've got it attached to this carabiner. Just take it off. So extremely bright torch. Find the on button. There we go. And why I got this one, because rocket torches, it's small, compact, it's extremely bright for the size. But not only that, because it's got a double clip on it, you can not only clip it to your belt or whatever, but you can also clip it to your cap. So then it becomes a head torch. So yeah, really good torch or flashlight. So that goes in there. Again, you could be somewhere and the lights go out. You could be in a hotel room and there's a fire, you've got to get out of the building, but there's no lights working. So torch, you can think of 100 different reasons why you need a torch or flashlight instead. So I think it's always an essential item to take with you. Little carabiner. I've got a little bottle opener. But this little bottle opener is actually off a ferro rod for striking. So there's a few little tools on there. As I said, this was going to Paris, so you're limited to what you can take on the plane. And a carabiner, compass and thermometer. So yeah, just a spare little compass. It's pretty accurate, it's not too bad. But that goes on there. So a couple of little mesh pockets. So I got a couple of pens, little biro, Sharpie, this little survival pen, so that's a biro as well, but also a glass breaker or face breaker, whatever you want to call it. So that goes in there, handy piece of kit, and notepad, write in the rain or waterproof notepad, that goes in there. Notepad, very handy, especially traveling to a city where they don't speak the lingo. Like I do, I just write where I'm going, hotel room, that was some sort of trip we went on. You can just show that to the taxi driver, as long as he can read, that is. Yeah, you can read that and then obviously take you where you want to go without getting over the language barrier. So yeah, always have a good notebook and pen. This side, just a chem light, and that's it on that side. Again, leaving plenty of room for other things if you pick stuff up along the way. Now, behind these mesh pockets is another zip pocket. Now, as I mentioned before, there is a foam padding in this panel as well, so that protects anything what's in here. But I've just checked a few survival items sort of things. So, a little bit of paracord. So, I've got a bit of first aid thing, I think it's a chest seal. Foil blanket, and a couple of pencils. Tin opener. Now, I could have hung that on there, but it rattles, so I didn't bother. Tin opener, why you ask? Well, you never know, you might be stranded somewhere and all you've got is a tin of Spam and you need to get into it, so a good tin opener. Pencil sharpener as well, so a little pencil sharpener, obviously for sharpening your pencils. Can't carry a knife because of international travel. So yeah, there's a few little survival-ish type items. Just doing this over. Now when I'm out and about, I never open it right out like this. Obviously, I only open from the top. So the way it's packed is stuff at the top what I might need first. So which is, because it was pretty cold in Paris, I got my gloves. Always good to have a pair of gloves. Again, no matter what you're doing, you've got to protect your little fingers, haven't you? You know, from the cold, from abrasions, or stop you picking your nose, whatever it is. Always good to have a pair of gloves. Nice warm hat. It was bloody cold up there, so yeah, nice warm hat. My sunglasses, believe it or not, it was sunny out in Paris. So sunglasses not only obviously protect eyes from the sun, but good eye protection if you're moving about in urban environments, and if you obviously want to hide your face, with the sunglasses, hat, and the scarf, you could hide your face, can you? Why, I don't know, but you might want to do it. First aid kit. Again, because I was traveling internationally, you've got to think about what you can put in the first aid kit or what you can't put in the first aid kit if you're traveling on the plane. But in there is basically, all your first aid essentials. I've added zinc oxide tape, blister plasters. We spend a lot of time walking around. Last thing you want to do is get a blister. I got my Celox Rapid in there. I got some antiseptic cream. Yeah, diorite. So if you have got a dodgy belly, you don't want to spend all your time in the toilet, get some of that down here. So yeah, your basic first aid kit with a few added extras depending on what activity you're doing. And as I mentioned, if you are traveling internationally, just be careful what you put in it. You might have to take a few things out. With that, I just put a tourniquet in it. Hopefully never have to use it, but if you do have to use it, it's there. Life-saving equipment. Shamag. Now again, traveling in an urban environment. This time it was cold, so use it as a scarf. Keep your neck nice and warm. Now you could be somewhere and there's an incident, could be fire, Could be dust everywhere from explosions. You know what it's like these days. Anything could happen. So, face covering as well. Again, you could filter water through it and use as a head covering. Loads of different uses for a shamag, and takes up very little room in your bag. So the shamag's in there. Spare glasses, so it's just redundancy in it. If I break these, last thing I want to do is be in a city, or especially a foreign city, and I can't see what I'm doing, so spare glasses in a case. On this side, another mesh pocket. I've got my water filter, water bottle. I've also got a few Puri tabs. They go in the bottom of there. So again, if there is an incident and you couldn't get the fresh, clean drinking water, but there were other forms of water about, you can just fill this up, and safe in the knowledge you can drink it, and you should be alright. This one, AquaPure Traveller. Again, you just put the water in, whatever source you find. Filters in a lid. Put the water in it, squeeze and drink. So that goes in here. I tend to buy, wherever I'm going, little bottles of water. Keep one of these in my bag as well, whether it's in the side or inside. So I've always got a spare one of these anyway. Water is essential, isn't it? Now on the back of this as well, you've also got this compartment, and extremely well padded. I think again it's designed for like laptops or devices. So yeah, really thick padding on there. And in there I just got some more snacks. Oh, I got a compass in there as well, should be. Oh yeah, compass and whistle. So emergency whistle, again, it could be an incident. You might need to get someone's attention. So whistle, compass, why not, innit? You know, you might need to find your way out to somewhere. And this is a silver Ranger, I think this one is. Really good compact compass. It's my like spare compass. So yeah, that goes in there. It's well protected. And snacks. Grab food and water, haven't you? Food and water, essential. So that's it, guys. That's it for the main compartment. So my shamag, my first aid equipment, my sunnies, clip them on there, and my hat and gloves. Now, as you can see, there's still loads of room in there. I am filling that up. But I say, if you're going out in an urban environment, city, especially a strange city, you might pick things up along the way, whether it's extra water or more food. And you want to make sure you've got enough room in your bag to stick them extra items in. I suppose it's something you learn over time, isn't it? Of what you actually need to carry, what sort of equipment you actually need. You can't carry everything, so you just carry the essentials, what you think are useful, what you think things you may need in any situation. And again, you don't want to be walking around the cities with a massive rucksack, and you know, look a bit odd. You're out there, wherever you're sightseeing or whatever you're doing, and you're walking on this massive bloody backpack for no reason at all. So yes, you can get nice looking tactical bags. I got this Constrictor Global. This is a lot bigger bag, a lot more pockets on it, pouches. If I was going a bit further afield or it was a bit colder weather, I need to pack an extra jumper, whatever it is, then I'd use this sort of bag. So it's horses for courses, isn't it? But I found this little, I'm saying 18 litre bag, ideal for a day out in an urban environment. And you might think, oh, why do you need to carry all that stuff? Well, today's cities are not like they used to be even 20 years ago. I noticed that in Paris. I went there 20 years ago on a bit of a rugby weekend, and it's a lot different now than it was then. Security wise, you know, Eiffel Tower, there was no security years ago. You went there, pay your ticket, and you went up. Now you go in there, you got into your pockets, put your change or whatever in a tray, they scan your bag, and you're going through. Again, if you go into a historical building, take your bag off, they go look at it, it gets through a scanner, you've got to go through a scanner as well, take your stuff out of your pockets. So the world has changed, isn't it? And walking through the streets of a busy city, you know, there's a lot of people there from all over the world. I won't go into too much detail, and something can happen anytime. Yes, these incidents, they are rare, but they do happen. Now we come back this weekend, there's shootings in Sweden, where it was. There's stabbings in bloody Manchester. There's always something going on. So when you're walking through these urban environments or city environments, especially if you've got your family with you, you've got to be switched on. You know, and you've got to think, right, if there is an incident, where am I going? You know, where's the exits? have I got equipment to deal with something? If there is a fire, if there is an explosion, if there is a riot, or there's some madman with an axe or a gun, what can I do to get out of that situation and keep myself and my family safe? So it's a sad state of affairs that we've got to think like that. But that's the way the world is at the moment, isn't it? On my person, now I usually carry something like this in my wallet, some sort of survival tool. This one has a knife, scissors, and a few little bits and bobs. I usually carry a little EDC knife as well, but obviously traveling on the plane, traveling internationally, you can't do it. But if you want to carry multi-tool and all that sort of stuff, you can pack it in your hold luggage. I would inform them first and say what's in there, but I checked the rules, and if you wanted to carry multi-tool, survival tool, that sort of stuff, you can put it in your hold luggage and then take it out obviously when you get there, and you can carry it on your person. Not something I've done this trip. The only thing I did on this trip was carry a spare wallet. So I had my main wallet in my pocket and a dummy wallet in my coat with a couple of little notes in it and an old bank card. So if you was going out at night and a really busy place and a lot of dodgy about, take it from me, there's a lot of dodgy people about in the major cities, and they did want my wallet for any reason, I can just give them this one and hopefully they're going their way. My main wallet, what I tend to do is just have the cash I need for that night, and I'll hide on myself my bank card. So if I do run out of money, I got my bank card as well. So I never carry all my cash in one wallet. I tend to spread it about. Yes, like I said, you shouldn't have to think like that, but when you are traveling through strange cities, big built up areas, especially if you're not used to it, like someone from the countryside like myself,
I don't like a lot of people.
It's better to edge on the side of caution, isn't it? So if something does happen, at least you've got a better chance of dealing with it. Let's put it that way. So that was the bag. That's the Dagen wax canvas bag. Check them out, guys. If you are in the States, obviously check out Roaring Fire. Really good quality kit. Plus, like say, this shoulder bag. Now, I did mention before, I'm going to give this one away. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to give away a big barrel, what I got, bugger barrel, full of gear. Full of, well, it'd be this bag. It'd be full of survival gear. Some really good stuff in here. Some knives and tools and all sorts of gear. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to bury it somewhere and give you a location. It'll be a couple of grid references. It'll start off with a 4-figure grid reference, then a 6, then an 8. And I'll be there as well. So it'll be a race to see who can figure out where it is and who can get there first. So I'll do that in a future video, so keep tuned for that. But that will be part of that giveaway. So that's it, guys. I don't think I can say anything more about it. So that was just a brief video on my, I suppose you call it, urban pack. I don't know what you would call it. But that's the sort of gear I take if I'm going to a big city, or if I'm going off for a weekend away somewhere. And that's the bag. That's the Dagen bag. Again, you could use the same kit as that in any other bag. The choice of bag is personal, isn't it? I say I'll take a bag that suits whatever I'm doing or whatever I'm carrying. Let me know what sort of stuff you take. Let me know if I'm talking total rubbish in the comments below. I'll be interested to know what your take is on it. But yeah, my little urban preparedness kit. So if something happens, you can get something clean to drink, something to eat, something to keep you warm. It's a bit of first aid, and obviously a few other bits and bobs to keep you going. And that's basically it. And obviously a really good bag to put it in. So that's the video. If you haven't done so already, please think about liking and subscribing. If you do like the videos, and if you do want to see some more videos, check that one out and that one. And I'll catch you again next time. All the best.